He's been on HBO. He's been on XM radio. He even has an iPhone app called iOwl. So if you have an iPhone, get that app, put it on your phone. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice, big welcome to Big Al.
Dean, give it up for Dean. Give it up for the Redskins. Hail to them, right? All right, go Redskins. It's good to be here. Thanks for coming out, everybody, tonight. I'll tell you a little bit about me. Right off the bat, I have ADD, and so do both of my kids, and my wife hates all of us. There's pluses and minuses to having ADD. One of the pluses is that a lot of guys get yelled at when their wife realizes that they have zoned out of the conversation. But I have ADD, so all I get is, did you take your pill today? And I'm always like, nope, I forgot. And then I say, I'll go get that and do that right now. And then I never come back. So that's a big plus for me. And there's another plus is ADD people are good at problem solving. Like we wanted an in-ground pool in our backyard, and the construction company said it was going to be $1,200 just to dig the hole. That didn't include concrete work. I said, no way, and I put an ad on Craigslist for free dirt. And then when people came over, I'd give them a shovel and say, you can have everything inside of those orange spray-painted lines that are on my grass in my backyard. And you can have 8 feet from that side, but only 3 feet from that side. So that's the shallow end. All right. There's minuses to having ADD, though. Last year, we went on our second honeymoon to a little exotic island. We went to New Orleans, and here's the thing. If you have ADD, don't go to Mardi Gras for your second honeymoon, okay? Because that's a bad call. There are a lot of distractions at Mardi Gras. Big ones, little ones, perky ones, they're everywhere. And it's just a plastic bead necklace exchange rate. It's crazy, really. My wife said, you look like a kid in a candy store. I said, I am married. I am a kid with diabetes in a candy store. So, because that's how it works out. And she said, I don't have to worry because you're my soulmate. I said, definitely. And she said, why did you say that so fast? And I said, because when you're at the sink, I'm at the toilet. And she goes, what does that mean? How does that make me your soulmate? And I said, oh, I thought you said cellmate. I'm sorry, we are at Mardi Gras. I'm not really focused on what you're saying right now. There's a lot of other stuff going on. I tried to be honest about my ADD. The other day, this guy was repeating some instructions to me, and I said, look, buddy, you don't have to tell me twice, okay? You need to tell me 6 to 8 times, because I'm not a good focuser. ADD people say stuff trying to be funny, and the people that they're talking to usually don't think it's very funny. Like the other day, my wife walked in the family room, and she said, why am I so itchy? I said, I think it's because you're pronouncing it with a silent B. And I don't know why you're so itchy all the time. Turns out I should have just said dry skin, everybody. So there you go. I've said stuff that's caused me to lose friends. I know you don't believe it, but it is true. And my wife has given me some good advice. She said, if a friend of yours tells you bad news that is happening in their life, just say, I'm sorry to hear that, and nothing else. And buy them a card or a gift, because actions speak louder than words. That's really good advice. A week later, my friend told me he had been diagnosed with Lyme disease. And I said, I'm sorry to hear that. And I got him a get well card. And I put a coupon in for Lyme Aid, because when life throws you Lyme disease, right? My other friend, he went to Florida and got his hand bit off by an alligator. And he hated the Gatorade I got him. Because you really need 2 hands to open that stuff. So he was furious. I don't know. My kids both have ADD, and I'm jealous of them because they were diagnosed with ADD early in life. My daughter was diagnosed at age 12, and my son was diagnosed at age 6. I was diagnosed when my daughter was 12. So I didn't know why my life sucked for a long time. In high school, I didn't know I had ADD. All I knew is that I had dyslexia, and I was a stoner. And that's a bad mix right there, okay? Because I would stand by that free drug school zone sign for hours, just waiting and waiting, and nothing ever happened. So if you got that, tell a friend. Thank you. All right. Yeah? Okay. That was probably the dirtiest joke I've done so far. So, but you would think I would be a bad speller because of I'm dyslexic and stoner, and but I was a good speller compared to cheerleaders. And I'm not trying to be mean to the cheerleaders. I'm just saying they couldn't spell very well. Because I'll tell you why. R-O-W-D-I-E is not the way you spell rowdy, rowdy. Let's get rowdy. Woo! All right? Rowdy ends in a Y, everybody. Okay? Not I-E. Y. Don't believe the beautiful cheerleaders. They are lying to you. Okay? It ends in Y. All right? Maria Ginder, Y. Because you can't take words that end in Y and make them end in IE to suit your little cheers, because if that's the case, I got to cheer for you, Maria Ginder, okay? And I wrote it myself. Ready? B-O-O-T-I-E, that's the way I spell booty, booty. Got no booty, all right? From you, Maria Ginder, that is why, all right? But it's my fault, though, because she told me early in the relationship that I should just be aggressive, B-E, aggressive, B. I double clapped for you people on that. All right. No, it's too late now. No, stop. All right. Whatever. You can't do that stuff in high school, though, because it'll warp your perception. One time I was so wasted, I was watching a show on television about harassment in the workplace, and I saw this girl on the show, and I was thinking, who would harass her? Right? I mean, not to be mean, but her face was all scrambled and cubed, and her voice was like, I was sitting at my desk when a man came up from behind. I've got 2 turntables and a microphone. And I was like, of course he got her from behind. So, I've been traveling a lot, and I don't know. Oh, I probably shouldn't do this joke. You know what? I like Antiques Roadshow. Do you guys like Antiques Roadshow? Do you guys? I'd love it. If you haven't seen it, they only show 2 kinds of people on the show. One person thinks they have something very valuable, and the other person, and then they find out it's not valuable. And then the other person doesn't know if their object's valuable, and they find out it's priceless, right? First time I saw the guy who thought he had something valuable. He goes, this is a vase from the Ming Dynasty. And the expert appraisers say, these markings are consistent with that time frame. But if you'll notice on the bottom where it's etched, made in Taiwan, right here, do you see that? That is bad, okay? Because Taiwan is not part of China, and this is written in English. And then I saw this other guy come on the show, and he was like, I found this stick in my basement. It's a carved stick with writing on it. What you think that's worth right there, that stick? And the expert appraiser was like, so this is the staff that was used by Moses to part the Red Sea. You might want to put that in some bubble wrap. And he was like, I've had this in my basement 12 years. My basement flooded 4 years ago. I wish I would have known what it was 4 years ago. How do you work this? Power of Christ compels thee. Power of Christ. I don't even feel a wind kicking up. Hello? Power of Christ? Nothing. All right. I'm not trying to be mean towards Christ, okay? I am a Christian. I believe in the rapture. I do. I'm serious. I got a moonroof in my car, and I'm going to be ready, all right? I'm going to be like, take me, Jesus. Oh, let me suck it in this time, Jesus. One more time, Jesus. I need K-Way in my car, Jesus. All right. If you don't know what the rapture is, that's where Jesus comes back to this planet and takes the good people into the heavens, just leaving Dick Cheney on the face of the earth. So The day is a-coming. The day is a-coming. All right. I'm a big fan of rock and roll. ADD people can focus, but only on stuff that they're interested in. I'm interested in rock and roll. I focus on it. I learn trends about rock and roll that nobody else notices. Here's one that I noticed. The best bands in the history of rock and roll tended to begin with the word "the" in their name. The Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Who, the Doors, the Police, the White Stripes, Black Keys, Red Hot Chili Peppers, the Jimi Hendrix Experience, the Kinks, the Vines. There's a whole bunch. Then I noticed that the worst bands in the history of rock and roll tended to begin with the word Nickelback. And a lot of people don't even know that. I figured that out on my own, all right? And if I were to send a telegram to Nickelback, it would say, stop. Stop. All right. Actually, I do have one Nickelback song on my phone, but that's only because it is my wife's ringtone. Okay. I answer fast. I was like, oh, babe, it was almost 2 seconds of Nickelback. Are you okay? Are the kids all right? What's going on? She's usually nice to me, but she was being mean to me on the phone the other day, and I'm like, why are you being all short, rude, and abrupt to me? She goes, I am late for 2 different doctor's appointments. That's why. And I said, okay, well, excuse me. And here's her deal. This is the thing. It's the caller ID. We all have caller ID on our phones, right? It influences how we answer our phones because we see who's calling us. I called her. She saw it was me, and she answers like this. What you need? I said, hey, baby, what's going on? She goes, nothing. What you need? I said, nothing. Why do you keep saying what you need? She goes, no reason. What you need? So I was like, okay, I get it. I'm just calling because I need something, right? I'm just calling because I got a favor to ask you. That's the only reason I'd ever call you for anything. She goes, yeah, basically. I said, really? Well, what if I was just calling to say I love you? Did you ever think about that? And she goes, well, is that why you're calling me? And to be fair, by this time I had forgotten the reason why I had called her. So I just went with it. I was like, you know what? I was just calling to say I love you. So there, what do you think about that? And she said, did you take your pill today? You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much. My name is Big Al Goodwin.